Attention Austin guitar players and bass players. Are you in need of setup or repair on your axe? Well, I have the guy for you, gang. That's Jason Swedberg over at J. Scott Lutherie, and you can find him at J. Scott Lutherie on Instagram. Now, if you listen to the show, you know I've been talking about Jason for years. Why is that? Because I've been taking my guitars to Jason for over 20 years. Not only does he do the best job, but he has the best prices and the fastest service in town. Again, find him at J. Scott Lutherie on Instagram. Not only is he doing an amazing job repairing and setting up guitars, he is now building guitars. That's right. He built me an SG Junior, which I have, and it sounds amazing. It feels great. It's the very first SG Junior he ever built. I've got a J. Scott Lutherie SG Junior. You can go see him at J. Scott Lutherie on Instagram. Get a guitar built. Get your guitars fixed. Get them set up. It's time, man. They've been hanging on the wall all through COVID. Now it's time to get them out, get them fixed, and get out there and play. J. Scott Lutherie on Instagram. Let's get down. Attention Austin musicians and music industry professionals. Are you having a difficult time navigating these tricky waters? Well, the Austin Music Foundation is here to help you. The Austin Music Foundation is a nonprofit dedicated to strengthening and connecting the local music community with innovative programs that empower musicians, music industry professionals, and music businesses within Austin's creative economy. With expert panels, consultations, mentoring, and mixers, AMF's programs provide the necessary tools and opportunities to help the Austin music industry succeed. Now look, ever since COVID took over last year, everything's moved online. The consultations are online. They're at no cost to the artist or to the music industry professional. Just go to austinmusicfoundation.org. That's austinmusicfoundation.org to find out how they can help you. Austin Music Foundation is here to help. Let's get down.
And you may ask yourself, well, how did I get here?
It's time for How Did I Get Here? And now here is your host,
All right. Hello, I'm Johnny. I'm your host. Welcome to the show. I hope you guys are all having a good week thus far. It is Wednesday. So, 3 shows this week. We're going back to the two show a week format next week, gang. We're moving back into a normal reality here. Yeah, that's what's going on. So, I'm doing this on Tuesday, and it's funny. I have a thing I'm supposed to go to, and it's a thing. You had to RSVP to the thing, and they're like, come to the thing. It's not very far away. But you know how hard it is now to sort of like get it together after COVID? Like, I got to get it together and go to this thing. First couple of months, I was doing good. I got vaccinated. Hey, you want me to go there? Sure, right away. Hey, let's make plans. I won't break them. But now at this point, I'm kind of like, man, I got to go to this thing now. Like, how do I get out of going to this thing? There's no way out of this thing. I got to go to this thing. How long do I have to stay at the thing? How many people do like you have? You know what I mean? It's one of those things where you know a lot of the people there. It's an event. It's not a ticketed event. It's an RSVP event. So you said, hey, I'll go. But then if you don't show up, then you're a dick. Because they needed that RSVP probably because they're only letting in so many people. But you still don't want to go. Is that happening to you guys? Because that's currently happening to me right now. It's totally happening to me right now. Hey, you know what? I did do something that was really fun yesterday. I did 4 podcasts, which was great. What you're hearing in the background is my espresso heating up, which is pretty exciting. Anyway, talking about Monday, I did 4 podcasts, and then my dear old friend Jake and Tech for like 10 years. He left a few years ago, left the music biz to go into the culinary world, and he started this pop-up hamburger joint called Little Champion Burgers, named after my band, Johnny Gowdy and the Little Champions. But they've been doing their thing in San Antonio for the last like month or so since they started. And they brought it to Austin yesterday. They did a thing at radio like at 6 p.m. And I went and I had their burger. The Little Champion Burger is amazing. What he does, it's a smash burger. And then he uses 2 patties. They're pretty thin. But he puts a slice of cheese on each of the patties, so it's pretty cheesy. And then all he puts on it is a little mayo on the bun, and the bun is really good, by the way. It's not like a regular hamburger. It's like almost like ciabatta vibe going on. Anyway, so he puts a little layer of mayonnaise on the bun and then some caramelized onions. Absolutely fantastic, gang. I say, if you're a fan of a burger that you don't like, a gourmet burger, a burger you can't get all the time, follow Little Champion Burgers on Instagram and find out when they're coming to a neighborhood near you, and get out there and get one of those burgers because they're absolutely delicious. All right. I'm still debating if I'm going to go to the thing, but I have to go to the thing. I don't want to go to the thing. I just don't. I'm not feeling that level of social. All right. Oh yeah. No. Hey, how was your? Oh yeah. No, I recorded. I put out the single. Sure. I did. I played at 310 the other night. Oh yeah, it was really good. Oh, I saw you played at such and such. Really? I got to go do that for 2 hours somewhere? Not in the mood, but I'm going to do it. And usually what ends up happening is I have a really good time when I end up doing it. So sorry. Once again, I went to my own neurosis and put on display here for you, the listeners of How Did I Get Here. I want to thank you guys for listening to this show and remind you that we are available on all the podcast streaming platforms. We're out there on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, TuneIn, Overcast, Stitcher, new shows all the time. And if you want to go back, I mean, this is episode 1067. So if you want to go back and check out all of the episodes, you get the Podbean app, which you can find at podbean.com, or you find it in your app store. Podbean. That's the name of the app. All right? I think my espresso's ready. Gang, I have a great show for you today. Tiarra girls returned to the show today. That's right. They just got back from Hawaii. They were doing a little vacay out there. A little vacay. How do you pronounce vacay? Vacay. They were doing a little vacay out there. They've got a brand new single out called Soy Chingona. It just came out. It's fantastic song. And it's an anthem for sisterhood. And the video is amazing and was also made by all chingonas. All women made the video together. The song is absolutely fantastic. It was great to catch up with Tiffany, Sofia, and Tori Beltierra. And of course, their dad, Hector, he came. He's not on the podcast, but he's here. I love talking to that guy. They're just a wonderful family. And these women are phenomenally talented. They are phenomenally talented. They're not little kids anymore, man. They're like real ladies. And they strutted in here straight from their Hawaii vacation, chingonas. They also put out a single during 2020, a version of a cover of the Go-Go song, Can't Stop the World, which they had Kathy Valentine rewrote some lyrics for them for it. She wrote it for them for kind of to match the newer generation, because when the Go-Go's did that song, it was a long time ago. It was like 40 years ago. So they updated some lyrics to make it feel a little bit more now. Absolutely great version of that song. And like it. Soy Chingona is a fantastic song. Get out there and get the song wherever you can. You can find them at tiarragirls.com. They're getting out and they're playing shows a lot. They're just like everyone else, man. They're coming back and they're doing it. And I always have a great time talking to Tiffany, Sophia, and Tori. So without further ado, enjoy my conversation with the amazingly talented Tiarra girls. Let's get down.
I've been saying every day that our sisters are ready for a change, even though you're standing in our way, telling me it's not my place to say. Gonna leave the doors open, gonna crash the walls.
Okay, so you went to Hawaii, but for vacation?
Yeah, just a little getaway. As sisters, we've never really been overseas.
Oh, it's just the three of you guys?
Yeah, and their boyfriends. Yeah. Significant others, but we went to a lot of the beaches, tried like all the food, and it was just nice to like live in the moment and like just see all the nature and realize that your problems are not as big as you think they are, you know, when you're looking at
your Spotify plays aren't as aren't as important, right?
Yeah, exactly. It was beautiful. Yeah, I want to go back. I didn't want to leave.
Yeah,
at all.
She stayed an extra day. She bought like
canceled the
day.
flight.
Yeah.
Bye.
For one day, that's how great it was?
Yeah, just one day.
I would live there.
Did you meet someone there or something?
No,
okay.
Found myself.
Oh yeah.
No, it's really nice to get out of, you know, that mindset of being home and like being stressed with school and music and whatever else life brings at you, you know?
Yeah, because you were going to school last time at Texas State, right? I did something. You were going to Texas State. Okay, sorry. I did something I don't normally do, which I listened to our original podcast a little while ago.
We did it
All the way through. No. I wouldn't expect you to, but I was like, well, I already got their whole story. Just wanted to like refresh and make sure it was. I was very concerned that you guys weren't playing enough like people's backyards and stuff that you do when you first get. So you guys were thrust into like the big stage. I mean, didn't you guys win like 3 Austin Music Awards before you headlined your own show?
Yeah.
I mean, that's a weird way in.
It is weird, but it's a special kind of like category because we are a young band.
So you won the same one 3 times.
Yeah.
Under 18.
Under
But still, you were the best band under 18 and you hadn't headlined at a place yet.
I think they stopped the category after us because we were like, sweep. No, but...
They were scared you guys were going to pull a menudo, and then there'd be like 3 younger girls as the Tiarra girls.
We're going to mentor a younger band and have them be Tiarra Girls number 2.
So you don't have to play all the gigs.
Yeah.
So you were going to school during the pandemic and trying to make me... Do you guys all live together still?
Yes,
you
we
do.
live together.
Okay. With your parents, with Hector?
Yeah, with our
and Deborah?
parents. Yes, yes. We both go to ACC.
Okay.
Right now, and Sophia is at Houston Tillotson. But for the pandemic, we were taking online classes, and I was doing some hybrid stuff too, like going in a few times a week, for audio engineering. And Tiffany's doing nursing, and Sophia business marketing. But it was difficult.
Yeah.
So difficult, so much to unpack, and we were doing music at the same time too, like trying to still make sure everyone didn't forget us during the pandemic. Trying to do online things, and we had signed with the label like right in the summer of the pandemic too, so that's Ramos's
label, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Is he your A&R guy?
Yeah, and our producer
Awesome.
friend.
Oh, excellent. So he produced La Chingona?
Yeah, Soy Chingona.
Soy Chingona, sorry.
It's okay, he produced that.
I don't know why I wrote that down. I wrote it down both ways for some reason.
It's okay. Yeah.
That's a great song, by the way.
Oh, thank you. Yeah. That song is so fun to play, and it's been a song that's like been around. Like we wrote it a long time ago.
But you were too young to say it in public?
We had
because that's a bad word, right?
It is a bad word. It's actually, fun fact, it's censored on Apple Music.
Yeah.
We didn't know until release day. We like looked it up, and it was like starred out. We were like, okay. I mean, like street cred, I guess.
Yeah.
But no. Yeah. It's a really special song to us. We released it while we were in Hawaii, so it was really fun to just like experience, all the beautifulness of Hawaii, and then also getting,
Do you have to sit there on Instagram though the whole day, like you're sitting there by the?
No, we planned out with the digital marketing girl.
Good.
At the label, so.
Good. So that Lucky Hound music is the name of the album. Is the name of the label, right?
Yes.
Okay. So you guys also did a great job with "Can't Stop the World."
Oh yeah.
Yeah, and Kathy wrote some new lyrics for you guys again.
Oh, Kathy, I think she had some old lyrics that didn't make it, or I don't really remember, honestly. It was like during the pandemic too.
Right.
But we had like a little bit of a relationship with her. A while ago, we did like a tribute show to Margaret Moser,
right?
At Antone's, and she was like, "Hey, come on stage with me to play Vacation." So that's when we kind of met her, and we just formed a little relationship, and we wanted to cover Can't Stop the World, and kind of just put our own empowerment kind of twist on it.
Yeah.
And she had lyrics already written, and she just gave them to me and was like, you can rearrange them. And like, what an honor, to get lyrics that are unreleased from a go-go. And she's like, just, do whatever you want with them.
I know.
So I did. I just like rearranged everything, and of course got her approval. But it was really fun to.
Yeah, it was fun to play that song, and then like know that like an all-girl band like plays this song, and they made this song.
Yeah.
We felt a lot of inspiration from it as well. Like when we were at our label, we had like a it was like 12 at night or something, and we were like, let's go have a photo shoot, like the same like album cover they had with like the hair,
Right,
and
right,
the
right.
towels and everything.
Yeah.
So we set it up really quick, and we just did like a little photo shoot. It was a lot of fun.
You know, they did that because they couldn't afford stuff to wear, and they even like took the towels back.
Yeah, we watched the documentary.
Yeah.
It was funny. Yeah.
That's a harrowing documentary, huh? Those guys,
so good.
those guys can get after each other pretty good.
You can't do.
Yes.
You guys, though, are bound by blood.
Yeah.
Like no one's going anywhere, right?
No.
Yeah.
We're too close.
We
I
love
think
each
that's
other
the great thing
so
about it,
much.
though. Like playing with sisters and stuff. Like we could really go through it, and then
Yeah.
like 5 minutes after, we'll be like, hey, let's go get coffee.
Yeah, we
Or,
can't
like,
stay
whatever.
mad at each other.
Yeah.
When you guys write these songs, like Soy Chingona, did you write that together?
Yeah, for the most part, I am like the primary kind of songwriter.
Uh-huh.
So I guess, you know, you're a musician too. You know, whenever
Yeah.
you feel like a big emotion or you have a story to tell, you kind of like lock yourself in a room and then you just start with either the melody or the chords or just the vibe.
Yeah.
So it starts off, I start the foundation off a little bit and then, you know, Tiffany has a better feel for like how a bass should sound in
Sure.
a song. So I'll just show it to her and she'll like, we'll just bounce off ideas from each other. And it's kind of just like I started off and then it becomes like a jam session. And then we either get mentoring from another musician or a producer and then
And it was Ramos who helped you out with this one?
we had brought the song to him, but he added some like keys. And there's a part, the chorus, like the time signature changes, I guess.
Uh-huh.
And that really freaked him out because I remember we were rehearsing in the live room at the studio, and he was like, "What is that?" Like he was so confused, but like we thought it was cool because I thought it was kind of like soulful. And he was like, let's make it back to 4/4. Like Tori, keeping the like rhythm on your guitar. But it just, when we tried it, it didn't sound right. So he helped us with things like that.
Yeah.
Adding keys, like helping me with harmonies. But no, Michael's great.
Did he do Can't Stop the World too?
Yeah.
Yeah.
He actually like kind of introduced the little like feel for it, the Gwen Stefani kind of.
Yeah.
Because that's our style. We love like ska, reggae, like Latin kind of infused beats. So he has like a really good ear, as you know.
Yeah.
He's cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've known that guy since I was like 16.
Yeah, we heard on the other
15.
podcast. I was
Yeah.
like, whoa.
Yeah.
What an honor.
Yeah. And what a great guy too.
Yeah.
Also, not many people make me laugh as hard as he's just funny.
He's full of stories and jokes
Yeah.
all the time.
Yeah. So when you do that, when you started, did you just start recording it on your own?
Can't Stop the World?
Yeah. Or Soy Chingona?
For Can't Stop the World, we actually we like learned it at the studio the day of.
We
It sounds like you own it. You guys did a really good job.
I had already like known the lyrics because of course I like arranged it, but yeah, it came together like really fast when we were there recording it the day of. But for Soy Chingona, it was more of like a storyline. You know, well, we started playing music for an empowered generation like years ago, and then we kind of became immersed in the Latinx community here, like specifically the women, like and the women vendors and creatives and musicians, and we came across the word chingona on, you know, shirts and bags and just people talking about it at our shows.
Yeah.
And of course we heard the word chingon and like other curse words, and didn't want to say it because, you know, our grandparents kind of said, don't say that, it's a bad word. But we just became inspired by all the women that were reclaiming it. And so that's what kind of sparked us writing it, and then jam session, and then bring it to Ramos. He's like, okay, 4/4, no, 3/4.
Yeah.
Let me add some keys. And then from there on, it's just like a whole movement.
What Latin music do you guys listen to? I remember last time you guys were here, we were, since I just heard it, you guys were your favorite band at the time was Money Chicha
Oh, yeah.
and Nagavali.
Let's see.
Although I haven't seen them play I haven't seen anybody play in a long time.
Yeah. What's yours? You start.
I don't know.
We listen to like reggaeton, boleros, cumbia. I think You go first, because I have.
I mean, were you Tori specifically inspired by Selena at all?
All of us
All the
are.
time.
All of you.
Like we were
Yeah.
listening to Selena when we drove up.
You were listening to Selena? Yeah.
Yeah.
Trying to get the vibes going.
From a young age,
Yeah.
like Selena has always been like a god to us, in all facets of our lives. You know, like clothing and just like family.
She was a chingona.
values. She
was
was
a chingona,
truly a
yeah.
chingona. But as far as music, Selena was one of the first like Latinx artists we kind of were drawn to, and her style and her voice and her, you know, her essence of being a chingona, because she like was herself unapologetically.
Yeah.
And then it kind of moved on to like Vicente Fernandez, all of the like staple artists that you listen to when you're Mexican American.
Yeah.
We still listen to them now, you know, but
I think like Kali Uchis has like a big
yeah.
influence on us now too, because like she's very feminine and powerful in her like being and her music, and she's not like afraid to like push the boundaries. So I think it influences a lot too.
yes, Caliuchis is also another one of our like common Latin artists that we listen to all the time. Let's see, Chicano Batman has always been someone that I listened to ever since like I was 14 or 13.
I've heard Chica. I remember that name.
They're awesome.
Yeah, they are
Troy
awesome.
introduced me to them,
Yeah.
and then we got to meet them in Marfa when we played over there.
Yeah, we played like the same festival as them.
Would you play El Cosmico?
Yeah, yeah.
I just stayed there. Did you guys stay there?
Really?
Yeah,
Yeah, we
yeah.
stayed there.
It was so.
Did you stay in a teepee?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
So did I.
It was
It
a
was hot,
wild
but it was fun.
time.
No, when we figured out,
Dude.
what was it? There was no.
It's like I mean, okay, this is like I love that place. This is by no means downing that place. But it is unbearable between like 10 in the morning and 7 at night.
Yeah.
Like, it is brutal.
I remember before our show, like we were just like hanging out like around the teepee because it was like too hot to stay inside, and I was just like I started falling asleep, and then I got a sunburn right before the show, and I was like, oh my gosh.
I just remember not being able to plug our phones in to
Oh
charge
my
them.
gosh.
I was like, oh no.
Yeah, our TP was like right next to the stage of the after party. So like right at 3 a.m., you know, they like marched to the stage. and
Oh.
We just heard boom, 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 boom.
Yeah.
And then we joined, so it was
Yeah, it
fun.
was fun.
So who else was on that bill? Because like
Let's
sometimes
see.
like St. Vincent's there and stuff.
Como Chimita.
Yeah, they were there. I don't know if St. Vincent played. Let's see. That was so long ago.
And like Fiona Apple played,
I don't.
didn't she?
I don't know.
I don't know if I just see pictures David post and I
David
assume they're
played-
all
David
at El
played,
Cosmico.
Yeah, that was fun. We had like breakfast and he was playing and he called me up and we just like played a little bit like on a drum.
Oh, that's
The snare
cool.
Drum. Yeah, it was really cool. I've never done that before. I was so nervous.
David's cool too.
Yeah, he's really cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I feel like Marfa was like kind of a switch, like a new era for us, because after that festival, we met. I think we started making more connections with Michael Ramos and David Garza, and going in the studio with both of them, and meeting like Liz Lambert.
Yeah.
Sorry. And let's see. No, yeah, it just was like a switch in our lives, because that's when we started talking to more people and realizing what sound we wanted, and like noticing that we did have fans. We had like a long line after our show. And it
Oh,
was
yeah?
really fun.
Yeah, that was crazy.
Yeah.
Like to meet you guys?
Yeah.
That's
and
awesome.
to sell shirts and
I
everything.
know that
so-
was. We like sold out our shirts really fast. I was like,
Yeah.
oh my gosh, this feels amazing.
I want to go back. Marfa's really, really pretty.
It is, isn't it? It's a strange little place, man. Like hanging out there. It's like
Yeah.
it's either like it's like this weird fancy / super junky town.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was fun
It's-
to play out there though, because like it's like you're far away from all the craziness, and you're focused on like the music and having
Right.
fun and meeting all these people.
Right, and those people like they allow. It's not the 100,000 people. Not that any of the Lollapaloozas or Austin City Limits festivals are bad in any way. But this is like just a couple thousand, right?
Yeah.
Isn't
Yeah.
it like
That's
2,000
perfect-
people, and like
Yeah.
that's you got to really want. You got to really want to be there because you're going to be in the heat all day.
Exactly.
That's the main thing.
Yeah, I remember we stopped like at a gas station on the way there, and Liz Lambert, she like called me, and St. Vincent was supposed to sing the national anthem for the the baseball game they have there during the festival. And
I told you St. Vincent was there.
yeah, it came back to me.
Yeah.
So no, I sang the national anthem in the morning, and that was like when the after party was going crazy. And I was like, I need my rest.
Oh, yeah. We still went, didn't we go?
We still,
Yeah.
yeah.
That was fun.
What do you guys do? Okay, obviously we've been under lockdown. So you guys had things going. All of you are in school, and then lockdown happens. Were you supposed to have a big South by Southwest 2020?
Yep.
Yeah.
So sad.
Yeah, that was the time when we signed with Lucky Hound Music, and we were South by official artists, and we're booked like every single day, like some of them twice a day we had shows, and we were really excited because it felt like something was changing, and then we got, we heard that there was a pandemic, and so everything really, really shifted. We had to sign on Zoom. We didn't even get to meet the people we were going to be working with in person, and we found out that school was going to be online. We had to figure out how to, like, all be in class at the same time with one Wi-Fi router.
Oh, how was that?
Horrible. Texting
Having
each
to-
other, like, get off of your phone.
Yeah.
Oh,
Running out of printer ink really fast.
oh.
Yeah.
How'd you do in school though?
Good.
Yeah.
I love online classes, actually, because you could just get out of bed really quick and just turn it
Yeah.
on.
Yeah, I got used to it now, and then like I hear like some people are going back to school, so it's gonna be weird to like be back in person. But I think since we all have our own rooms, that helps too.
Yeah.
We didn't have to share an office or anything.
Yeah.
And then we like had signs on our doors like not to come in because sometimes like our cameras are on, so like our teachers can see us, or like we're taking a test and it's being proctored. So like we had like don't come in, or I'm taking a test, or I'm in class.
Yeah.
Quiet.
Yeah, and then our dad did like a joke where he was like watching like a Zoom conference or something, so he put like a sign on his back like I'm in class or something. Don't bother me.
Yeah.
It was so weird because like our schedule was all kinds of messed up because there would be days where like you like sleep in because you don't have to get up early to get ready for school, you don't have to worry about the commute, and then you just roll out of bed, go to class, and then
I wore pajamas for like 2.5 months straight.
Yeah, same. It was weird, like, having to actually get dressed to, like, come here. No, but it's wearing off now. But, no, the days were weird because we would have, like, evenings where, like, we're going to go on Instagram Live, or we have, like, a show on Zoom, or we have to do a pre-recording thing, which was also weird because we were used to, the interaction with the audience, the claps after you play, the smiles, because we're a band that kind of feeds off the audience, which has its pros and cons, but when you're on Instagram Live, you just see the hearts come up, or the comments just come in all late, delayed, and then now we're playing shows, and it's like really weird because we're hearing claps and like shouts and people singing, which is really nice, but we're still in that awkward phase of trying to go back to normal life.
There is like even just like the mask thing. Like I take a mask with me everywhere, and because I think you don't know. Like some places are like, "Hey, you're not wearing your mask." You're like, "Oh, sorry," and then you go to Continental Club, and it's like wall to wall people, like like faces. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So yeah,
it's been weird for Tiffany too because she, she works in a hospital, and like we went through that whole like fearful phase of like
where she could
like,
come home and get you guys sick, and
You worked on the floor, didn't you?
Yeah,
for COVID patients.
My floor like turned into a COVID unit for a little bit, and so like I would go to work, and then I'd change at the hospital, come home, and then like throw all my stuff in a separate bag, and my dad would like disinfect everything, and then I like run to the shower before I like touched anything or like said hi to anybody. And then like there were some times where I was like, I don't know if I like have it, or if like I touched something today, or like did I wash my hands enough.
Right.
But like I have a lot of like friends and like good coworkers, so like I was in a good work environment, but it was still really scary. Like,
What did you learn from being like on the inside of it? Like it's air, it's transmitted through air, right?
Yeah.
Not through.
No, we had to have like I got fitted for like a whole like respirator.
Right. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to laugh, but
No,
yeah.
yeah, but that was kind of scary. Like at first, because I'm a patient care technician, so I work with the nurses. And at first, the nurses were the only ones going into the rooms. And then like one day I come to work, and they're like, "Okay, can you go into this room and help them go to the restroom or whatever?" And then I'm like, "Wait, what? Like I thought only the nurses are going in there." And so like I put like this special mask on, N95, and then I'm like scared, but like it's like this person is human, like they need help. And so like it just like like that fear goes away. I'm like focused on helping this person, and then it comes back when I'm at home, you know.
Yeah.
But it was a lot of learning, and then
Thank you for risking stuff on behalf of all of us and going into rooms with people that we wouldn't go into.
No, it's like healthcare is really important to me, and like it solidified like that I want to be in this field.
What aspect of it?
I'm in nursing school right now.
Okay.
So I'm not too sure exactly like what I want to specialize in.
Right.
But I'm learning a lot from the floor that I work on. But yeah.
She likes babies.
Yeah, I kind of want to do mother baby, but
Yeah.
that was really beautiful to watch too.
Yeah.
But yeah.
I have a couple of cousins that are OBGYNs.
Yeah.
One of them's been doing it. He's my age. He's been doing it for a while. And another one just started over the last couple of years. And my guy's like, he's like, I can't take it anymore. Like, you know.
Yeah. It's
I don't know.
intense.
It's
but
intense. And a
it's
lot of
very-
stuff happens that nobody tells you about until you're there.
No, yeah, it's
There's a lot of stuff people don't talk about when they're like, oh, the beautiful experience. They
No,
don't
yeah.
talk about some of the weird stuff that
Yeah.
nobody talks about, which we won't
Very
talk about.
true. Very true.
So, okay, so you guys banded together. You went to school. You worked on new music. You got a record deal under COVID. So did other Grace Pettis. Also had that same kind of thing happen.
Yeah.
And Nobody's Girl are your label mates. Yeah, yeah. They were just on last
we
week.
haven't met them, which is sad, but we're friends online.
Yeah, we played a show with one of them.
Yeah.
Or she invited us to play a show with her.
Oh yeah, it
It
was
was
during COVID. It was like the nurses. It was a free show for nurses on Zoom.
Oh,
so
cool.
A long time ago,
Yeah.
because it's been a year we've been in this.
But it's cool to be on a label with another all-girl band.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was really cool to like.
You're the only guys I know on their label, so I just assume if you have 3 women in your band, then that they'll sign you.
Right.
I mean, you got to be good too, but yeah.
Yes.
So, so you made it through, and then you got to go to Hawaii at the end of it all. That's nice.
It's really nice. You come out stronger, you know.
Yeah.
It's so weird because, you know, like our generation, we've never gone through something as historic as this.
Neither. You keep on saying our generation, and it's making me feel.
I guess everybody.
Yeah, no one's been through that.
But it's different for us, you know, because we're still young adults trying to figure out our identities, like, and we're trying to like make music and learn because we're still in school, and then you're kind of like, you know, everything's taken from you really fast, you know? And then you are immersed in like a social justice movement and you're trying to navigate that as people of color, which is also really hard.
Are you talking directly about like last summer?
Yeah.
What happened in the wake of the murder of George Floyd?
Yes.
Yeah.
That was like a really, really big wake-up call for everybody. But for us, we kind of took time to like educate ourselves.
Yeah. Yeah, me too.
Because there's a lot of disguised kind of hatred. And a lot of cultures, and like in our culture, we kind of like had to be like, okay, wait, so why do people say this, or why is this like a tradition?
Did you do all the reading and the documentary watching and stuff?
Yeah.
That was an intense summer. But also, I will say this: I had a friend of mine. Do you guys know James Robinson?
No.
He sings for Temple Underground, Brandon Temple's band. You guys know him?
No.
Anyway, James reached out to me like just a few days after the George Floyd thing, and he was like, you know, you don't know that much about us.
Yeah.
And you should use your podcast to specifically have these really difficult conversations with. And I ended up having like, 25, I think, just very intense conversations over the course of 3 or 4 months, and did all the they put all these documentaries available on streaming services. You're home. There's another thing too is what in that sense, and almost everyone I spoke to was like COVID was kind of a blessing, and being under lockdown was kind of a blessing on that time because everybody did have the time to get involved. Like if we would have been going to our gigs and trying to get this going and doing that and on rushing here, rushing there, it would have been like all the other guys that had been in George Floyd's exact situation, like Black Lives Matter for a few days on social media, and then back to stuff.
Exactly. I remember like right before everything was closed, we were asked to be on an interview. I forgot who was organizing it, but it was about the coronavirus and like how we thought it was going to impact Austin musicians, and we didn't know, like, we didn't even know what was going to happen. We were just asked that simple question, and I remember thinking, oh, it's just going to be like a renaissance for everybody. Just like a few weeks, we're going to focus on our music, we're going to just like have time with family, and then like a whole life change happened for everybody. But it's important to have those difficult conversations, and the lockdown really made us like sit with our thoughts, so
and figure out what it is that we do want to put our time into. Like, you want to watch Tiger King, or do you want to try and do something that's going to make a change? Exactly.
Yeah, it really fueled like our message behind our music. I wrote a song in that summer called They Don't See Us, but it's not released yet. We still have to finish some vocals on it, but yeah, it was really difficult to see people that look like us, be tormented, and just know that like everybody has privilege, and you have to use it for the right reasons, and sacrifice your own kinds of like aspects of yourself. So it really fueled our music, and I'm glad that we had to learn it at this age, because there's a lot of people who grow up with traditions, and like the ignorance that they don't know about, so it's really nice that we kind of took the initiative to do that.
It's kind of frightening too when that stuff started happening, to see people that didn't take the side that we did. Like that was
you lose friends.
I did. My one of my sisters didn't talk to me for 3 months. And it was during that time she was very upset with me, because she thought there's a weird, it's like, I'm Cuban, she's Cuban, but we all look super white. So like, what's the problem? Like, I'm Cuban, no one says anything to me about it. But you look like some dude named, Bill, from America, USA, you know what I mean?
Yeah, that's another thing we like kind of focus on too, is like colorism in the Latinx community, and like the erasure of Afro-Latino people. Because, we didn't grow up like learning about Afro-Latino history, or seeing them portrayed correctly in the media. Right. And so now at this young age, we have to like educate ourselves about that, and then be like, okay, now I'm in a place to try and uplift them, rather than just doing it out of performative, reasons.
I love that you guys have made that. You've been doing this now since 2016. What was that song that you had released last time? Power.
Leave it to the people.
Leave it to the people.
That was because of the whole Trump kind of era beginnings.
That was another added addition to the 2020 lockdown. That was just like, every time you saw him, it was like, really? Like why are you a guy? Can't they, they're like, oh, stuff got really serious. Can we take him out and bring in like a real guy now?
Oh my gosh, it was a joke. Crazy.
So yeah, man, that was an intense year. So okay, so I know quite a few musicians. And he lied to me about it, I think, when he was on the show a few weeks ago. But Bob Schneider, he's done this Monday night thing at Saxon Pub since 1999? Wow. Or 98 or something like that. It's been a long time. He's like a long time. And we were talking about kind of like, okay, so after a year off, a guy that's just been touring, like, since the early 90s, like, what are you going to do now? And he's like, oh, I'm not even going to do Mondays. I'm not going to tour with the band. But he is doing some Mondays. But there's some people, someone I'm in a band with even, was like the first thing, like back in February when it's like, okay, it looks like things are going to start opening up because people are getting the vaccine and stuff. And her first thing was like, I don't want to do this like we used to.
Yeah.
Like, I don't want to do it as much. So you guys coming out of this, some people got a fire in their belly and they're like, I'm playing all the time. I'm going on tour. I'm freaking out.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, I know what you mean. We're still figuring it out now. We had our first show back was with Letty Garza and
I love her.
7.
Yeah.
She had a benefit show for giving medical assistance to people at the border.
Good.
So we were like, let's get on that. Like, we'll help you. We'll play. It was at Sahara Lounge.
That's a good place.
It was the first time we played there, and it was our first show back, and it was so weird, like, going to rehearsal. Like, of course we like rehearsed because we had, live streams and everything, but like going to space and being like, we're practicing for a real show, guys.
Yeah.
And then being like, okay, we didn't practice this song for a whole year. Let's see if we remember it. And like, of course, muscle memory and sister power really like does the trick.
Yeah.
No, I don't know. What do you guys think? Do you want to
I
like
feel
take all the
like-
shows now?
No, I feel like we have like a fire under us now, just because like we have our label and we just got signed.
I was about to say.
To management, so it's.
Oh, wait, who's managing you?
44 management and Cosmica artists.
Yeah, it's a co-management deal.
Oh, cool. Who's Cosmica Artist?
They're out in LA.
Okay.
Like a Latinx base.
Awesome. Awesome.
Yeah.
It's awesome.
So we were super lucky to get that opportunity to have, entity that's literally dedicated to understanding Latinx artists.
Yeah.
Merge with the people that we already love at Lucky Hound, which that's the label, but their management is 484. It's kind of like a package deal.
Okay.
So it's beautiful.
I feel like just because we have a huge team now, and like there's so many people that know so many different things, and it's starting to feel like all of our hard work that we've done with our parents and like it's starting to pay off, and we have so many new connections and like
And
things
friends.
are opening. It just feels like we're flowing back out.
Yeah.
Well, like,
Yeah.
also, we get a lot of emails throughout the week for, like, opportunities. And, right now, I feel a little bit overwhelmed because, like, we weren't getting this much, obviously, during
that's true.
COVID. So we were, like, dedicated to our schoolwork and just, like, ourselves.
All
and
right.
now we're, like, they're like, okay, you want to come to San Antonio? You want to come to Dallas? Like, whoa. I'm like, whoa. Like, now I got to, like, schedule out my school and everything so I can, like, do all these tests before gigs. And it's, like, a lot. But, like, obviously, we're very fortunate for getting all these gigs again after COVID. So
Yeah, because we like lost a lot of money too,
Yeah.
which is very true for a lot of artists. 'Cause,
Yeah.
we don't have like careers yet. We don't have like jobs that are super super consistent. Up until like this year, because we kind of like had to look for some income, but no, we feel super lucky to have like friends from the label and the management team, people that understand us, and they manage artists that we all listen to, which is really cool. So hopefully we'll meet them. But yeah,
but I can't like help but think about sometimes like where we would be if we actually did South by like last year.
Last year.
But
don't
then
let your mind get there.
because I mean I
Yeah.
calm myself down. I'm like, okay, things happen for a reason. What if we weren't with our management? If like I don't know, like what if there was something that would have changed everything today? You know what I
Yep.
mean? Like,
Butterfly effect.
yeah. So you got to think like that. Like I get too overwhelmed in my head, but
True.
What do you do when you get too overwhelmed in your head? How do you calm that
go
down?
to the gym.
Yeah, that's the best way to do it.
Yeah.
I recently
It's
signed
all
up for
right
the
here,
gym,
like in
too.
your nervous system, so you got to go like move and stuff. Then you
Yeah.
feel good.
I got more spiritual and like more mindful through the pandemic too,
Yeah.
because we had to.
How'd you do that? Meditate?
I've always been kind of like that. They always call me like a little hippie, but I meditated regularly. I like started learning about crystals, and being like more mindful of like the music I listen to, because even if it's just like playing in the background, you're still a sponge to it, which I realized, and you're kind of like using them as affirmations or not.
So you're trying to keep it positive.
Keeping it positive, but also like leaving room for, little emotional days. You have to be really graceful with yourself. I learned this pandemic, which I've been trying to teach my sisters too, because we live in the same house, and of course, like we all changed throughout the year of the pandemic and everything. So like I'll be mindful of what Tiffany's doing, how she's doing, you know, and just like it's definitely made us closer.
That's good.
Yeah.
And did you guys have boyfriends before the pandemic?
Yes.
Okay. And then you made it through.
Yeah. Yeah. But I feel like, well, we're like way different though. Like Tori can sit still and meditate and all that, but like I have to go and move around. Like
To me, doing what you do when you're exercising, your mind is clear, and you're in that moment,
Right.
which is exactly what
yeah.
meditation is.
It's just crazy though that like you could do like meditation or workout and like in that moment like you forgot about everything.
Yeah.
Like everything's just gone.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's like it's awesome that we have that ability to do that, but it's also like dang it. Like after I'm done working out, I'm like, I guess
Real world.
go back to life.
Yeah.
No, I started having weird dreams too. Like,
What do you mean?
Like I started getting my relatives that I'd passed like into my dreams and like giving me messages.
What are they
It's
saying?
cool. Well, my great grandmother, I've had like a lot of dreams with her. The one that's my favorite. It was really dark, late night. It was raining, and I was alone, like next to a building, and she had appeared and just gave me a hug, and like just disappeared. It's like things like that. Or I'll just like feel presences. I don't know, like a lot of that. A lot of like there's one where we were dancing like together. Just a lot of that. A lot of like realizing that we're not alone in the world and like we belong to the universe. I don't want to like make them like annoyed because I'm always like on my soapbox.
Are you like the worrier of the three sisters?
The warrior or the
worrier?
Like I worry
Yeah.
all the time.
Yeah.
Really, yeah. Because I like to.
Yeah, I think that's her.
I'm the more silent one. She's the more vocal one. I don't know about you. We always have to stay in
She's the
control.
strong one, man. She's at the at
Sophia's
the
very
gym.
strong.
Yeah.
She's,
I love it.
One time she
I love
If I wasn't
it.
a
punched me in the
musician-
mouth, and I lost my teeth
Tori,
when I was little.
I don't know why you like to talk about that. That's like a lot of information.
That's what I look for, though.
Yeah.
Okay, well,
It's
she wants to
funny.
talk. Okay, whatever. I guess you can talk about it. But
She's very strong.
It wasn't intentional, but
I
I knocked her
know.
teeth out when we were little.
we
And
were
she like,
playing pillow fights, and she got a little too rough. She didn't take into account that I was a little girl with a little body, and then my teeth came out. So
her gums were like out of her mouth, like so like
They
big.
were her
Scary.
baby teeth, so now she's
Yeah,
still
it's fine.
has
No, it's
it
good.
was okay.
Yeah.
Yeah,
You
I
lived through it.
couldn't-
You guys worked it out, apparently.
Yeah, we're cool now.
Okay. I'm glad it wasn't like an adult thing because I would have had to pay for your teeth. I'm sure, like that would have been so bad. Because then you'd be singing like with no teeth here, like that would have been really funny.
You could have this new song called Thoy Chingona. Thoy Chingona.
She's great. Yeah.
So what do you guys, 2021, so the summer, you're back from the thing, you're going to go out and do shows?
Yes, we have a show this weekend, June 26th, at San Antonio Courts of what is it called? Concerts in the Courtyard. We're gonna be playing a night show headlining. We have one in July 11th, I think. And
Can people find, I didn't see any dates on your website.
Oh yeah, we're really announcing them like either
Okay.
today or tomorrow.
Okay.
We just got the go ahead.
The July one is what? So this will come out after this week.
Yeah,
So.
you can find us on our Instagram too.
Okay.
We post all our shows. But the July 11th is Grapevine. It'll be cool. Harvest Hall, yes.
Yeah.
So it'll be really nice to get out of Austin and make connections with our fans in Dallas and Texas, or Dallas and San Antonio.
Yeah.
Which is really nice. We haven't played there in so long.
Yeah.
But a lot of pending shows, trying to go through the emails. We've gotten a lot of good vibes from Far Out. We played there.
Yeah, that's a great place, man.
Yeah, it's amazing. We played there for the first time in May, like mid-May.
That was her second show out, I think.
That was our second show out. we had invited the label, and like the management flew down. It was fun, and
Oh, so they flew in from somewhere else?
yeah,
How do you handle that, dude? You get stressed out?
it was very stressful. I was worrying a lot.
Yeah.
We practiced a lot,
Yeah.
but we knew that the Far Out was cool. They have like music every night, so they're bound to be great. So
Yeah.
it was a really fun show. We played with Gio Chamba and Nemegata, so a lot of cool dudes.
I like Nemegata.
They're cool.
Those guys are real cool.
Yeah, our Spotify is like kind of changing right now, and you know the fans also like section.
Oh, yeah, they're in there?
They're on ours.
Oh,
so
yeah.
it's cool. So no, Far Out's cool. We have like a few pending shows with them. If it works out, we'll announce them. But yeah, we're booked up until November.
So, is there an album coming? Like a
Yeah.
full length?
There's
Tiarra
gonna be-
Girls.
That's the goal. We have a lot of songs like under
Yeah.
our wings, but it's just a matter of like producing them and recording them. And
Right.
this summer, I'm taking off. Like, I'm not really doing summer classes because we are like natural little like overachievers because we went to like Ann Richards,
Right,
the
right.
all-girl school, like,
Yeah,
college
yeah,
prep
yeah. I
school.
remember you guys talking about that.
So like we always try to take summer classes and get ahead, but this summer I was like, no, I need to just take one class, focus on writing.
You're still taking a class.
I'm taking a class, but it's an internship class, which is going to be with Ramos. So
Oh.
I'm going to use it to write and like learn audio with him. So yeah, an album is on the list.
Good. Any other singles like kind of wrapped up and coming?
Yeah, I'm not sure. We don't have like a day or anything, but we have a song called Let Love Free. We're playing it live now. It's a song about, it's really simple, like letting love free, but when you like kind of dissect the lyrics, it's kind of like about letting, you know, self-love in, or cutting ties with toxic love.
Yeah.
And just knowing that love is an act, it's a feeling, it's all around us. So that one should be coming out at some point. We're still brainstorming things.
That's my
for,
favorite
like-
song.
Yeah, it's really fun to play.
Toxic people. It's tough. That 2020 also kind of people were like, you know what? I don't really need to talk to you all the time, do I?
Yeah. The pandemic makes you like love
It like
yourself
really
more.
exposed, like it sounds like really like whatever, but like it exposed a lot of my followers on Instagram. Like they didn't agree with my stances. So I was like, unfollow. I don't need this negativity on
Oh
my
yeah.
timeline.
Yeah.
But yeah, I was like, wow, that's. I didn't know how many people I followed
Yeah.
thought this way.
Yeah.
I don't know. Like it sounds like
Sophia needs to
oh
get
my
off
gosh.
Instagram.
Yeah, I really do. And TikTok. Oh my gosh, that's not.
We're on
good.
TikTok now.
I have an
so-
unhealthy relationship with TikTok.
Why? What do you do? Are you on there? I'm not on TikTok at all, so I don't
Really?
even know
Okay,
what's going
don't
on
do
over
that.
there.
It's a whole world.
Don't get on it because I literally they were on it and I was like, oh yeah, that looks fun, and I literally downloaded it and I can't get off of it.
Oh. I was gonna say, in the words of Tori, my generation isn't as TikTok friendly as
Really,
you
I
guys.
see a lot of like older people there too. No, I'm sorry.
Oh my god.
I see a lot of old people on there.
Older. I said older. The ER, the animation of that one.
TikTok is like, I feel like the app of the pandemic because a lot of us are like,
Yeah.
people are getting addicted to this app. There was an app called Vine.
Yeah. I never got into Vine because I said at some point Instagram's going to let you put videos and no one's going to care about Vine. And that's what happened. That's the only tech thing I was ever right about.
Yeah. So I mean,
I loved Periscope. That was my jam.
Oh, I never got on Periscope.
I
no.
don't know what that is. He's like, okay.
I know. It's from the 20s.
Okay.
No, it was from like 6 years ago or something.
I don't know. I
It was
never
a
used
thing.
Periscope.
It was a thing. I just
okay.
never got on it.
Yeah.
Oh,
Okay.
Yeah. But
Interesting.
TikTok's
TikTok's-
Sophia's on it all the time, and she'll send us.
But it's
stuff.
also educational. There's a lot of educational stuff. Yes, it is. There's a lot. There's like pages that show you how to meditate or like.
Oh,
things,
sure.
But like also things that I didn't know were possible, like hacks and stuff, or like I don't know,
Yeah.
like really basic stuff.
It's like so vast. Like if you go on it, you're gonna be on there for hours.
like
Yeah.
some people call it TikTok University because it literally
Oh my
teaches
gosh,
you.
no.
It teaches you
I
a
agree.
lot.
I
It does
agree.
about everything.
I agree, but we're on TikTok now, so if anyone wants to
Yeah,
follow
if you want to
us,
like follow us. On
Tiara Girls on TikTok.
Tiara Girls Band.
It's fun
on
though. It's
TikTok.
fun to
It
play
is
with
fun.
the sounds and like do little skits
Yeah.
and stuff. So that's fun.
It's really funny, but no.
You guys do skits on there?
It's like a skit, I guess. It's more like a little.
You can like just show aspects of yourself. like in whatever way you want. And there's like people can make sounds like, I don't know how to explain it, like they can take parts of a song or they can just talk.
Right.
And you
right.
could like lip sync over it.
Yeah.
And, like, be funny.
Yeah. That's the stuff I've seen,
So-
like on other stuff.
Yes.
Did you guys watch that Selena thing on Netflix? That
Yeah,
show?
I just finished it.
Did you? Oh.
Yeah. Have you haven't seen it?
I thought we were gonna watch it. I'll say good.
Oh my god.
I already watched
I
it.
tried that at the beach.
I already
My grandma was freaking out last summer. Like, she's 97 years old, or she's 98 now, but she was 97. And she was like, I can't be in my house anymore. So this is going on for too long. Does anyone want to go to the beach at Christmas? And like, we were like, yeah. She got a beach house for the entire month of December.
Wow.
And so I just moved in for a month
Nice.
and hung out. But that's where I watched. That's where I watched the first season.
Did you like it?
I loved it.
Nice. Yeah.
I loved it. I liked it better than the movie.
Really? Whoa, controversial.
Yeah, kind of controversial.
No, Sophia.
I'm just kidding.
I don't know.
I have a different
I
opinion
have
than my
so
sisters.
many mixed opinions.
Is it real? Is it true? Is it on
From
point?
what I've seen,
Because I don't know that much about her really. But I know from the movie.
I know like a lot of like diehard fans are going more towards like it's not as true as like we've heard, you know, like Chris Perez in his book, like the stories he's accounted for. It doesn't really line up, and of course people are just like angry at the cast and the budget.
Right.
And I think something came out too that the writers were underpaid significantly.
Oh really?
That was like just announced too, so
Were there Latino writers on it?
no, I think it's,
there was.
it was all
yeah.
Okay,
but
good.
they were significantly underpaid, and of course, like, you know, like the Quintanilla, the whole world is, you know, I don't know, it's changed a lot, and they use her likeness for in a lot of different ways that, you know, fans don't agree with, but it is her family, so
What about the HEB bags?
we have all
Yeah.
of them.
I was gifted one because that was like a whole scary thing too. Like people were fighting
Black
for that.
Friday
Yeah.
kind of thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, the cups and everything, but no, it's beautiful to see, you know, there's like places that are highlighting her, but you kind of have to be wary of the fact that she is like an icon that everyone
Right.
knows. So if you see her name on anything or you see her face on anything, it's likely that it's going to be like popular, but
Right.
we also want to, like, you know,
People trying to make a buck off it.
yeah, which is like sad.
Weird. Yeah.
Because we grew up, like, you know, watching the movie like
Right.
over and over again. You know, we have the whole family band thing. They were the
Yeah.
family band thing. A lot of people compare us to her.
Yeah.
And so she's always been in our heart. She's always been someone that we look up to as young Latinas, because we have very like mirroring kind of stories with her. So like growing up and then seeing that she's, you know, there's like a clothing line and makeup line. Like, of course she was into fashion and she was into beauty, and like we love that, but there's like a very thin line, you know.
She was into empowerment.
She was.
Yeah. I mean, she was empowered. She was the person.
She was.
She was the thing that everyone was living off of.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
She's never ever gonna like wear off or die. I mean,
No, I don't think so. Like a James Dean, or like there's
Yeah.
something that happens when people are struck down so young that they end up, you know,
Yeah.
Marilyn Monroe. Like I said, James Dean. Like people, like James Dean was in 3 movies.
yeah.
You'd think he was in like 40.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So everybody knows his name. You know what he looks like. He was in 3 movies.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
Selena's music never gets old. Like,
No.
never. It's
No.
Crazy.
really, it's like mind blowing. Like,
Yeah,
a
like,
song
I'll
will
get-
come on.
No, I feel like I also like just really discovered her, not rediscovered her even, because I was just in like a 90s rock world when she was happening. You know what I mean? And so, like, I didn't even really know who she was really until she died.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, you know, can't believe that she was killed like that. But then I didn't go like on a deep dive. But now that you've got all this stuff, I'm watching the Selena when I was at the beach and just going on Spotify and being like, oh, I like that song, you know?
Yeah, that's a beautiful thing too, because like people that didn't know about her or her story or her essence are starting to learn about it. But the people who knew it from young ages are like, why are they capitalizing off of her identity, her music? Like, would she have said this in the script, or would she have wanted to sell clothing like in this way? You know,
Right.
So it's very hard to like kind of make an opinion on it when you're such a diehard fan.
You guys, what songs of hers do you cover ever?
We cover Como la Flor.
Yeah, that's the best. That's my favorite song.
That's the best one.
That's the best one. That's like the best. I listened to that over and over. In fact, I'm going to tell you this. A couple weeks ago, I was thinking, because you know how like people can see what you're listening to on Spotify? It's like, someone's going to think like something weird is going on. Like, I just won't stop listening to this one Selena song over and over again. But it's so good.
Yeah.
We play that one. We play
Cobarde,
Cobarde,
Costumbres.
Costumbres, Que Querías. Yeah, we kind of put our own spin on it too because
Yeah, Como la Flor, I think we put like more like
Of a rock.
edgy rock into it.
I could see how that would fit in with like the way that you guys bring in ska, cumbia, and all that.
Yeah. We're starting to get to a place in our music where people are telling us what we sound like finally. Because for so many years we were like, we don't know what our genre is. People would ask like, what kind of music do you play? We would like, it would be like a whole essay. Like we would monologue, we would recite like, oh, we play a fusion of blah 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 blah.
Yeah.
But now people are like, you have like see, I don't even know, I'm like triggered. like ska, cumbia, rock influences.
Yeah,
So
that's a good
starting point.
triangle of greatness
Yeah.
happening for you. Yeah.
Yeah. We got to play a show with some ska bands recently at the Flamingo Cantina.
Oh yeah, I saw them.
Los
Who'd you play with?
Carnales,
Oh yeah.
and Los Curados. So, and the DJ was Joe Tropicana, which was super trippy because our last show before everything closed was that exact same lineup.
Oh,
we kind
wow.
of met up full circle again, same order, two of the bill. So
A year later.
a year later, and then there was a fatal, shooting that night too,
Oh.
which was scary. But
Oh wait, that was the night?
The night, yeah. We were loading up. Me and my dad. We were like crossing the street, and then we heard the gunshots, and we were like, "Let's go." So, really weird, After a year ago, we play, and then after we get off the stage, it's like the whole world turns around, and then a year later, we get off the stage. There's gun violence in America. So.
Gun violence, man.
Crazy.
That's been terrible. Terrible. I'm not for guns. The way I see it is if there's no gun,
Exactly.
then no one will get shot. I just don't
And
understand.
if we help people who are mentally ill, give them the right resources,
Yes.
then we have to start at the foundation of our people
Yeah.
before we go to the objects. So,
Yeah, exactly. You're right. You're right.
yeah.
Such a wise person, Tori.
Oh,
No, my mom tells Tori that she has to have
a past
a
life.
past
No, I
life.
believe that too.
An old soul.
Yeah.
Tori was like, even like when she was younger, she didn't act or talk like she was her age, and I was like, okay, like, who are you?
Maybe.
Even her singing voice is mature for like when you look at Tori, I feel like you don't think that.
No, you don't think that voice is going to come out of
Yeah.
her. No.
But also, if I need like a different perspective on something, I'll probably just go to Tori. Like,
Yeah.
Tori will like ground me and like
Yeah.
help me realize.
I'm like, book
Yeah.
your therapy session.
Tori's our little sister, but in some ways she's like
Her mindset is way older.
I don't know. Maybe we'll reconvene in like another life, and I'll
Oh
give
my
you guys
gosh.
confirmation. So.
Yeah. The cosmic one. Well, guys, it's been great talking to you. And congratulations, man.
Thank you.
Congratulations
You too. I saw an
on-
ad for a show
did I
at
do?
310.
Yes, I have a
Good
show at 3:10 on
job.
Friday. I hope people come.
Yeah, I hope people come to your show because we need the support.
We need the support.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I hope people come to our shows too because
Yeah. Yeah. Not just my show.
we need it. Support your artists, your local
Yeah.
artists.
Well, who do you guys, before we get done, is there anyone you've gone out to see since the lockdown is lifted? Has there been like I got to go see?
I don't know.
You guys
We
went too far out to see.
we went too far out to see Vanessa Zamora. She's so cool. I love her music. We've just been to like some like markets too. Free to Friday ATX. Go support them. They hold markets at like Revival Coffee with Gabriella. A lot of DJs go out there. A lot of creative.
That's
cool
where we
POC
saw
vendors.
Chingona too. That's
Yeah.
like
They started a festival a long time ago called Free to Friday ATX. So that's where we kind of a lot of our love for empowerment and womanhood and femininity was harbored.
Well,
and now it's really big. So
I love the ethos of the band. Like there's a reason you're doing this, and it's to lift people up, and I think that's a beautiful thing.
Thank you.
Yeah.
You should be proud of yourselves. It's great to talk to you guys again and see you.
Yeah, you too.
yeah, it's
I'm
been
very
wild.
jealous about the whole Hawaii thing there. I did spend a month in Galveston though.
Oh. Yeah. The beach is nice there.
Vacation is a vacation.
That's
Yeah,
right.
that's
It
true.
is.
That's
It is. Well, great talking to you guys.
You too. Thank you.
Gonna leave the doors open, gonna crash the walls burning.
That's Tiarra Girls. Check out their single, Soy Chingona, everywhere. Go to tiarragirls.com for all of your Tiarra Girls info and everything you need to know about them, when they're playing next, when their next music is dropping. All of it. You can find them at tiarragirls.com or follow them on their social media pages. Always love talking to Tiffany, Sofia, and Tori Beltierra. And of course, their fabulous father, who is just a wonderful man and always a great hang, Hector. So check out Tiarra Girls. They're absolutely amazing. They're super cool ladies, and they're out there trying to change the world. And you know what? I feel like Tiarra Girls actually could. You know what I'm saying? Gang, while you're out there checking out tiarragirls.com, don't forget to subscribe to this podcast wherever it is that you find podcasts, be it Spotify, TuneIn, Overcast, Apple Podcasts, Stitcher, or anywhere. New shows all the time. There have been 3 shows a week for the last month. We're going back to our 2-show-a-week format. If you want to get into the catalog of How Did I Get Here, go back and find all 1,067 episodes of How Did I Get Here. You can go download the Podbean app or go to the Podbean, howdidigethere.podbean.com. You can find the Podbean app in your app store. All right. Hope you have a great rest of the week. I love you. I do. I really do. Audience, listeners of How Did I Get Here, I love you. Also, I love Tiarra Girls. Enjoy the rest of this great song. Soy Chingona. Talk to you on Friday. Let's get down.
Rise and fly. We don't need to compromise. Canta conmigo, aquí estoy. Soy chingona y no me voy. Canta conmigo, aquí estoy. Soy chingona y no me voy. La 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 la. La 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 I've been trying so hard to be loud, but I am burnt out, and I have met so many souls that deserve to be known. Let us rise so we can find the road, right on the map, and let me try without your lies on me, leaving me hungry for power that's not mine, for days full of sublime. Gonna leave the doors open and crash the walls burning. 'Cause for us we decide we will rise and fly. We don't need to compromise. Canta conmigo. Keep